Hello, hello, hello. All right. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Okay. So we're going to get into it now. Hot Talk Radio live in 4K. Andrew Tate loses appeal against house arrest in Romania as human trafficking case continues. Bucharest, Romania. Associated Press. Andrew Tate, the divisive social media personality and former professional kickboxer, he was charged in Romania with rape, human trafficking, and forming a criminal gang to exploit women. Lost an appeal on Thursday against a court's earlier decision to keep him under house arrest, the spokesperson said. Bucharest Court of Appeal ruled against Tate's appeal, which challenged a court's June 23rd decision to extend the house arrest measure for 30 more days as the criminal case continues. That decision was made days after Romania's anti-organized crime agency, DICOT, formally indicted the 36-year-old social media star along with his brother Tristan, two Romanian women in the same case. All four were initially arrested near Romania's capital in late December and have denied the allegations against them. For the appeal court's final ruling on Thursday, two judges had disagreed on whether or not to uphold the house arrest measure, so a third judge was brought in to preside over the ruling. The Tate brothers spokesperson Tate Petrusko said the judge's initial decision wasn't unanimous and that offered hope even though they lost the appeal because for the first time since their arrest, the judge has ruled that the Tate brothers should be allowed to move freely in Romania without restrictions. We consider this to be a great step toward the rightful exoneration of Andrew and Tristan, he said, adding that although the brothers have suffered important damages to their reputation, they remain optimistic and continue to put their faith in the Romanian justice system. In June, DICOT had requested that judges extend the house arrest measure after the agency filed its investigation. In Romanian law, judges have 60 days to decide whether the case is sent to trial, but it often takes longer. Tate, who has been accused of peddling conspiracy theories online and has amassed 7 million Twitter followers, has repeatedly claimed the prosecutors have no evidence against him and that there is a political conspiracy designed to silence his views. Very strange that one judge can think the file is garbage and should be dismissed. Read a post on Andrew Tate's Twitter account after the court's decision, and another can believe your liberty should remain permanently deprived based on the same file. I'll let you speculate. I haven't been outside in 7 months. Tate brothers, who are dual UK citizens, won an appeal on March 31st to be moved to house arrest after spending 3 months in a police station. DICOT alleges that the four defendants formed a criminal group in 2021 in order to commit the crime of human trafficking in Romania, as well as the United States and Britain. There are 7 female victims now, 7 in the case, DICOT said, who were lured with false pretenses of love and transported to Romania, where the gang sexually exploited and subjected them to physical violence. One defendant is accused of raping a woman twice in March 2022. According to the agency, the woman was allegedly controlled by intimidation and constant surveillance and claims they were in debt, prosecutors said. Andrew Tate was previously banned from several prominent social media platforms for expressing hate speech and misogynistic views, including that women should bear responsibility for getting raped. Several women in Britain also are pursuing civil claims to obtain damages from Tate, alleging they were victims of sexual violence. During their investigation, prosecutors have ordered confiscation of the Tate brothers' assets, including 15 luxury cars, luxury watches, and about $3 million in cryptocurrency. I have listened to the Tates talk online, and there's certain things that kind of would drop a proverbial, like, a look into their lives. Okay. Like the fact that, you know, their father abandoned the family, he's some sort of chess champion. The father was not a good person, cheated on their mother. It's a lot of stuff there. And you could see, you know, and then Tristan talking about how he tried to impress his dad by telling him how he cheated on his girlfriend. And you see the you would see the disrespect and how they view women. Okay. And how that is portrayed in their actions. All right. I mean, you could listen to Andrew Tate and what he talks about. The man sounds kind of off. He may be right in some things, but other things he's just completely off. And for some people, just take him, you know, at his word for everything. That everything he says, they want to say, "Oh, you're being a feminist, you're being a cuck, you're being a beta male," because you're using critical thinking. It's the same thing with Kevin Samuels. All right, he said some good things, but he says some things that are completely out of line. Like a woman should put up with a high value. If she has a high value man, whether it be a boyfriend or husband, she should put up with cheating because that's the best she can get. But I bet you, if it was the reverse, you know, if a woman was cheating on a man, he would never say a man should just put up with this high value female because this is the best he could get. Okay. And when you come against that, all of a sudden you are demonized for using common sense. And you dare to use reasoning, and people wonder why the manosphere looks like a joke, why the black manosphere looks like a joke, why the manosphere period looks like a joke, why the red pill is a joke to a lot of people. Okay. Let's get into Mizzy. He's back at it again. All right.
Reality is an illusion, bro. Bro, hey, what's all of this, boss? What's all of that, bro? Yo, what's all of that, bro? What's my boss? Hey, yo, watch your shot, bro. It's an illusion, bro. It's an illusion. It's I got it running. Hey, grab that. Take that, bro. Take that, bro. Hey, what? Outside.
He is slowly feeding the conservative white supremacist parties in Britain. Those laws are going to get real tight real soon. And sometimes I would wonder, and people may look at me strange, but maybe he's a plant. Maybe that's his job, to stir up controversy to the point that the country wants to create more of these, and they just push the envelope to the point that, you know what, we're going to just start locking up all these blacks here in Britain. You already had a conservative said that every white man should have a black slave. Okay, and they just need the fuel. They need an excuse to try and bring that into fruition, to make that a reality. And clowns like Mizzy, I wouldn't be surprised if he's paid to do this. I wouldn't be surprised if the government would be paid to do this, to bring back racism like this. I wouldn't be surprised. But he's going to keep on doing it. He's going to keep on doing it. And one of these days, he's going to end up in some serious trouble. He really is. And it's going to be a harsh backlash, and a lot of blacks are going to end up paying for it, unfortunately. Let's look into Britney Spears now. Okay. Second right here. All right. All right. Here we go. Now, we overhauled this controversy that's saying, it was about to be said that Britney was going to press charges against this basketball player as if he hit her, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, that's Britney Spears, and she was trying to get close to the basketball player, Mr. Wembley, but it's his security smacked her hand out the way.
Who did?
Fair use, by the way. All right. Okay, let's get the story here. Mr. Wembley wants to talk about it. All right, here we go. All right. So police, Spears struck self in Wembanyama interaction. No charges pressed. So let's see what he has to say about this situation.
So what happened last night is I saw the news obviously this morning. I woke up to a couple phone calls, and so yeah, there was something did happen a little bit when I was walking with some security of the team to some restaurant. We were in a hall. There was a lot of people, so people calling me obviously, and there was one person who was calling me, but we talked before with the security. Don't stop because it's gonna make a crowd. So I couldn't stop. So that person was calling me, sir, and that person grabbed me from behind. So I didn't see what happened because I was walking straight and we told don't stop. But that person grabbed me from behind, not on my shoulder. She grabbed me from behind, and so I just know that the security pushed her away. I don't know with how much force though, but security pushed her away, and I didn't stop to look. So I kept walking and enjoyed a nice dinner. wasn't it? That was a fun night with the guys.
Pretty much. None really, No charges will be filed following a brief investigation into the altercation this week involving a pop star Britney Spears, San Antonio Spurs rookie Victor Wembanyama, and a member of the player's security team. Las Vegas police said Friday after determining she inadvertently hit herself in the face, Spears had filed a police report alleging battery and saying she was struck in the face by the security guard when she tried to approach Wembanyama near a restaurant at the area hotel and casino Wednesday night. According to a copy of the police report obtained by ESPN, Spears noticed Wembanyama went to tap him on the shoulder. Spears' manager, Cade Hudson, also told police that a member of Wembanyama's security team struck Spears in the face, knocking her glasses off. However, a member of Spears' security team described the physical altercation into action as a pop star having her hand pushed off. Wembanyama describing the move as a standard response by security. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department said its investigation is over and that no charges will be filed against the person involved. Wembanyama said Thursday that the person had grabbed him from behind, adding he was told hours later it was Spears. Wembanyama said security had advised him not to stop for anyone as he walked into the restaurant, mindful that pausing could cause a stir and allow the crowd to build. Something did happen a little bit, and when I was walking with some security from this team to some restaurant, Wembanyama said we were in the hall. There was a lot of people, so people were calling at me. Obviously, there was one person who was calling me, but we talked before with security. I couldn't stop. The person was calling me sir, sir, sir. And that person grabbed me from behind. He added, I didn't see what happened because I was walking straight and didn't stop. Okay. All right. And didn't stop. The person grabbed me from behind, not my shoulder. She grabbed me from behind. I just know the security got pushed away. Didn't know with how much force, but security pushed away. I didn't stop to look. So I walked in and enjoyed my nice dinner. Yeah, man. I mean, she could have, how to say, she could have walked into the front, maybe try to get to the front, but maybe I sense it was a little bit of entitlement. That's how I see when it comes to that. All right. When it comes to how she was acting. It was standard procedure. I mean, she's famous herself. She should understand that people try to get an autograph from her. The security's team is to protect her. All right, moving on to the next story. Let's talk about Jill Scott. And man, is she starting to making waves, man. Man, is she making waves. All right. All right. Fair use.
Can you see by the blood in the streets that this place doesn't smile on you, colored child, whose blood built this land with sweat and their hands. But you'll die in this place, and your memory erased. Oh, say, does this truth hold This is not the land of the free, but the home of the slave.
A lot of people I see getting mad about this, okay, they're usually white, okay, and a lot of people have attitude problems. They fail to look at the history. They fail to want to understand about why she did this. Why is she singing this? Okay. Why? Look at this person right here, Ben Monroe. I don't know who Jill Scott is, but she disgraced America by singing some blank version of the national anthem. How dare she embarrass and totally disrespect this country? I hope she rots in hell. I hope somebody takes her out. This is the nonsense. This is what he says. This is what this animal says. Rebel Hill, I believe in the First Amendment. The Second Amendment, I believe protect your family, your home, love God, love your country. And our government is corrupt because they didn't vote for the president that you wanted. That's it. All right. When you understand and take the time to look into the history of this country, why did she sing that country? Sing this song? Why did she sing the national anthem? Why did she sing that song that way? Why did she rewrite it? Because of all the things that have happened in this country. All right. The racism, the murder of blacks. There was a black man who was driving a food truck and was beaten up by white supremacists. And the police want to play that they can't find the white supremacists who beat him up. That's why she sung that song that way. Because in this country, as a black person, you are looked upon as a slave. You may be free. But if you dare try to call out the evils of this country, if you dare do that, you will be looked upon by the right as, how dare you do this stuff? This is America. This is the land of freedom. This is why you will always ask a Republican, what does it mean when Trump said, make America great again? They will freeze and they will have to think real hard. They can't say, well, make America free from tyranny and, corruption. No, they will have to think, because deep down, they know that means make America white power again. Trump, Biden, all these stooges are working for white supremacy. When Jill Scott sang this song, the national anthem, the way she did, is because what's going on in this country. Always has been. All lives matter, right? Ahmaud Arbery's life didn't matter. The facts didn't matter. The fact that he was a black man, the fact that the Republicans were saying lies, like Candace Owens saying, oh, he was a burglar and burglarizing a house, when that was not the case. Even a black conservative had to check her on that on Twitter. They had to check Candace Owens, that black white supremacist. Okay. All lives matter, right? But Donald Trump couldn't have the spine to stand up to Linda Fairstein and say, I'm not going to defend you. Instead, he did. He's defended Linda Fairstein, the crooked prosecutor who sent the Central Park five young black boys to prison on false pretenses of rape, of grape. They didn't do it. Matias Reyes confessed to the crime, and his blood matched the blood that was on the victim's clothing. But when you talk about this, Republicans can't move and say, well, they'll say something, well, they were doing other things that day. They were not guilty of the crime of assaulting that woman. This is why Jill Scott sang the national anthem the way she did it. What's funny is the fact that the national anthem was created by a person that was a socialist. So all these, right wingers acting this way, they really don't know their history. And no, I'm not a Democrat. I just did say Trump, Biden, both sides work for white supremacy. Even when it comes to abortion being fought back, Mary Miller, who was endorsed by Donald Trump, said the victory over Roe v. Wade was a victory for white life. And Trump was right there standing behind her as Republicans cheered. And he said nothing. He did not check her because he wanted the white vote. And the white vote wants to oppress black people. Now I see how the left wants to try to guilt shame whites. But you see, the right is not going to come and say, you know what, you guys are wrong, because they're both on the same team. They're both on the same team. They don't give a damn about black people. They don't want solutions for blacks. Okay? The Republican Party, hell, they want your vote, but they're not going to help you with reparations. They're not going to do that. They're not going to offer any solutions to the black community at all, but they want your vote. And they're the ones that got the nerve to say about handouts, to talk down about handouts, but you want a handout. Okay? Amazing Lucas, he woke up and he says that, they don't care about solutions. The Republican Party does not care about solutions. They don't want to help the downtrodden. They just want the votes. And they say they hate blacks, just like the Democrat Party. They hate blacks. It's a plantation. It is the home of the slaves. Left or right, it is a plantation. Right side, you're going to have to be a Candace Owens, a Brandon Tatum, Anthony Bryan Logan, whoever. You have to be a nice, good, obedient sock puppet, spewing out their white supremacist rhetoric. You on the left, you are everything. You could be for pro-black, but you're pro everything else, even the stuff, the alternative stuff. I'll say it like that: alternative rainbow stuff that will destroy your community. You have to be down with all of that stuff. Both sides of plantation. Just it is what it is. And unfortunately, the whites who get mad about it because they don't want to hear about that. They don't want to hear about the real history of this country. They'll say all lives matter just to shut you up. Trump is he's the best ever. He's the best ever. Right. And the amount of stuff he has done. Yeah, he's the best. Right. Mm-hmm. Sure is. R&B singer Jill Scott blasts America during national anthem performance. Blood built this land. R&B singer and actor Jill Scott blasted America by changing the words of the national anthem into claiming it is an oppressor state during a live performance on stage. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Jill Scott was performing on the second day of the Essence Festival on the perceived systematic racism in America, saying the country is not the land of the free. It is not. Since a lifestyle magazine that hosts the festival commented, everyone, please rise for the only national anthem we will be recognizing from this day forward. Jill Scott, we thank you. The lyrics, oh, say, can you see by the blood in the streets that this place doesn't smile on you? You colored child whose blood built this land. with sweat and their hands. But we'll die in this place and your memory erase. Oh, say, does this truth hold any weight? This is not the land of the free, but the home of the slaves. Yep. Scott has previously said in an interview with Jamel Hill that she has considered leaving America due to the racial climate and will look forward to a better education system. There are some things you don't have to deal with in other countries. We're looking at Holland. The education is dope and the healthcare is dope. Scott has previously said in an interview with Jamel Hill that she has considered leaving America due to the racial climate and will look forward to a better education system. There are some things that you don't have to deal with in other countries. We're looking at Holland. The education is dope and the healthcare is dope. All right. Sorry about that. Had disconnection. Got disconnected. To read that again. Boy. All right. Here we go. All right. R&B singer and actor Jill Scott blasted America by changing the words of the national anthem into claiming it as an oppressive state during a live performance on stage. Jill Scott was performing on the second day of the Essence Festival on the perceived systematic racism in America, saying the country is not the land of the free. Essence is a lifestyle magazine that hosts the festival, commented everyone, please rise for the only national anthem we will be recognizing from this day forward. Jill Scott, we thank you. The lyrics were like this. Oh, say, can you see by the blood in the streets that this place don't smile on you, colored child, whose blood built this land with sweat in their hands, but we will die in this place and your memory erased. Oh, say, does this truth hold any weight? This is not the land of the free, but the home of the slaves. Scott has previously said in an interview with Jamel Hill that she has considered leaving America due to the racial climate and would look forward to a better educational system. There are some things that you don't have to deal with in other countries. We're looking at Holland. The education is dope. The healthcare is dope. There are very few confines on your personality. If you want to go buy some, you know what, or buy some, you know what, ain't nobody tripping on you. I like the idea of people being able to be free as long as you're not harming anyone. Protests of perceived racial injustice, entertainers and athletes have used their stage performances and games to give to drive home their concerns. Athletes in the NBA, the NFL, and other sports have kneeled for the national anthem, starting in 2016 when Colin Kaepernick, formerly of the San Francisco 49ers. The decision to kneel started a firestorm across the league and even reached the upper echelon of the White House. All right. Other singers like Beyonce have released songs with similar messages, including Black Parade, which discusses racial division, Put Your Fist Up in the Air, Show Black Love. She sang, We need peace reparation for my people. Can't forget my history. It's her story. It continued being black. Maybe that's the reason why they always mad. Rubber bullets bouncing off me. Made a picket sign off your picket fence. Take it as a warning. Let's see these comments. All right. I guess now it's showing up. All right. So let's get into this story right here. Okay. Yep. Simping on the Chicago police force, man. Simping on the Chicago police force. What am I talking about the police force in Chicago? We're going to get into it. We are definitely going to get into it. Fair use, by the way.
Well, Tanya and Terrell, thousands of asylum seekers have been arriving in Chicago since last summer, and hundreds have been sleeping on police station floors all across the city. Well, now sources are confirming that more than one CPD officer is under internal investigation, facing allegations of having sexual interactions with female migrants. This allegedly happened at the 10th District Police Station in North Lawndale. Now,
I don't get that. I don't get that. You make good money, and you're deciding to go throw it away, messing with a migrant. You don't even know if this person is tested for STDs. You don't even know if this person is, has a fatal disease. They're not tested, nothing, and you are simping, man, simping. Prison guards do it. Cops do it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Chicago cops accused of sex with migrants, including now pregnant teen girl. Several Chicago cops are being investigated for allegedly having sex with vulnerable migrants living in makeshift camps in the precinct, including one accused of getting a teenage girl pregnant. The alarming allegations are being investigated by both Internal Affairs and an independent watchdog, the Chicago Police Department, CPD, confirmed on the Post on Friday. The focus on 4 officers in a West End station that is one of the many across Windy City turned into a temporary shelter for the ongoing flood of new arrivals, the department also told the Chicago Tribune. The investigation includes allegations that some of the migrants, 10,000 of whom have arrived in Chicago in the last year, might be underage, sources told the paper. Most damningly, one officer is accused of getting a teenage girl pregnant, sources separately told the Chicago Sun-Times without giving her exact age. Officials did not say if the accused officers had been stripped of their police powers or if any of the allegations had been referred to prosecutors. It was also unclear when the probe started. Asked about the Sun-Times report, which included the pregnant teen allegation, a CPD spokesperson said these allegations are under investigation with the CPD's Bureau of Internal Affairs and the Civilian Office of Police Accountability. I just can't get it. I just don't get it, man. Pension, benefits. I don't get it. Precincts across Chicago, as well as other public spaces like airports, have become makeshift shelters after officials declared a state of emergency due to the migrants flooding into the sanctuary city since last August. Most are from Venezuela and have come to the city after crossing the border to join friends and relatives. Some have bused to the area by Texas Governor Greg Abbott or on buses organized by charity groups. Officers have previously complained about getting zero assistance from the mayor, Brandon Johnson, who claimed in his inaugural address, there's enough room for everyone in the city of Chicago. I tell you, man, these guys are just plants. They're plants. They're there to cause disruption. They're there to bring down every city so there can be martial law. I really believe that. And they are just, sold out. They sold out their own fellow black brothers and sisters who are suffering in these liberal cities. Asked about the sex abuse investigation, a spokesperson for the mayor told the Sun-Times the city takes these allegations as well as the care and well-being of all residents and new arrivals very seriously. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because if you did, you put a cap on this. All right? You would put a definite cap on this. Because this is out of control. You don't care about the city. You don't. It's a sad state of affairs, man. Really sad state of affairs. All right. Let's talk about Blueface and his utterly crappy parenting skills. I mean, what else? What else can be said? What else can be said? This is what he does.
Casual day. Casual day with Jay Nasty. Son, come here. There's booty cheeks out here. You in here looking for chips and Slim Jims and shit. You ain't gay, is you?
You see what comes out of this clown's mouth? You see what comes out of this clown's mouth? And this type of behavior is what's looked as good in the eyes of the low-hanging fruit parts of the black community. I think this type of behavior is cool. Social engineering, man. Social engineering.
Huh? Are you gay? You ain't gay, right? My man.
The kid is only, 6? And you're going to have him, exposed to strippers? Man, this is just insane, man. Just the stupidity of this man is. I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry when Question Rock was giving him hell because you wanted that. All right. Blueface is getting backlash for questioning his 6-year-old son's sexual orientation because the kid wanted food instead of sitting in a room with scantily clad women. On Thursday, July 6th, Blueface shared video on social media that has people going in on the Tatiana rapper. In the clip below, it shows multiple women in skimpy bikinis dancing in the rapper's living room. Blueface then leaves the room to go find his 6-year-old son, who apparently left to go find something to eat. Blue locates the kid in a sparsely populated food pantry. It's booty chicks out here. Oh, boy. You over here looking for snacks and Slim Jims and stuff. Blueface tells his kid, I love Slim Jims. The boy responds, you ain't gay, is you? Blueface then asks. The child seems likely confused by the question, so Blueface asks him multiple times. The boy says, no. My man. Blueface celebrates before giving the kid dap. My dog. Blueface is also drawing side eyes for a follow-up clip that shows him addressing his son and some other kids. Oh man, this is somebody's gonna think this is okay. Y'all sit right here while I go fondle with these young women for a while, all right? He tells the children. This is child abuse. This is straight up child abuse. Blueface has been in the hot seat on social media due to the video. Blueface grooming his son on Twitter. User opined, if this had been a little girl with grown-ass men swinging penis in the background, the internet would have crashed with outrage. And y'all wonder sometimes why boys get left behind in our society. I need Child Protective Services to get that baby. Like yesterday, someone else posted. He hasn't even hit puberty yet. Another post reads, why don't you take him to a nanny or somewhere you can play instead of him seeing these hypersexualized behavior. How can you be so ignorant as an adult? This hip hop lifestyle y'all forcing on kids is not talked about enough. It isn't. The stupidity, just the downright utter stupidity. Okay, that is basically rampant in the black community. That's okay, and it's being pushed online, pushed on, mainstream media. And people think this is good. Like, this is okay. And you will have women thinking this is all right to do. All right. That's all I got for now. That's about it. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later.